GOP Senator Mike Lee, ranking member of the Joint Senate Economic Committee. Good morning to you, Senator.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Well, great to have you on. I know that there have been some holdouts. There were some holdouts on the Republican side in the House, and you're one of those in the Senate. You say it doesn't go far enough, right? Tell us why.
No, it doesn't go far enough. It doesn't do the basic things that it purports to do. Look, if this bill did what its lead advocates claimed that it did, I'd be thrilled to vote for it, but it doesn't. In case after case, the cuts that it proposes won't materialize. Even the regulatory reform, something that was very important to me in the original House-passed bill where they inserted the REINS Act, which would have brought about meaningful and much-needed regulatory relief. It replaced that with something known as regulatory pay-go. It's a pay-as-you-go measure to offset the costs of new regulations. But even that one is rendered fake. One of the amendments I'm going to be pushing today in the Senate is one that would strike Section 265 of the bill. Section 265 renders null. It renders a complete nullity this amendment that requires the administration to offset the cost of new regulations, because it gives the director of OMB, a Biden appointee who serves at the pleasure of the president, complete carte blanche discretion to just opt out of the regulatory pay-go provision anytime she wants to. And just the other day, Shalonda Young, the director of OMB, expressed an intent to do precisely that at a White House briefing. So this is no mystery. We need to repair this thing. I think the drafters probably had good intentions in mind, but they were supremely naive if they didn't read the text of the bill and figure out what it meant before they said this is ready to go.
And I know you're a lawyer. Workfare, that's true, right? There's going to be workfare for people that qualify for food stamps?
Yes, Brian, look, there are work requirements built into this. Now, the original Limit, Save, Grow Act passed by the House imposed work requirements on food stamps, on a welfare program called TANF, and also on Medicaid. They dropped out the Medicaid altogether from this bill. The TANF requirements, they weakened to the point that they do almost nothing. And then with food stamps, they imposed some new work requirements, but in the final analysis, it's going to end up costing the federal government more money, not less. In many ways, they weakened this with exemptions and exclusions relative to how it would have been before. So even that is fake. In fact, it's worse than fake. It's more costly than what we had in place before.
So, Senator, and I agree with you on the merits of the bill. A person that normally agrees with you is also Congressman Thomas Massie from the great state of Kentucky. And you guys are normally on the same page but he said one thing that caught my attention. He said, look, this is the best that we can get. At least we're returning to regular order. But if we don't get this done right here in the House this way, then it's going to go over to your side. And McConnell, as well as Schumer, have control of the bill, and we're not going to get a good bill at all. And we're not going to get regular order. Do you agree with Thomas Massie on that point?
No, not at all. Look, we've understood all along, Republicans in the Senate have understood all along that the House is in the driver's seat. The House is the one House of Congress, not us, that's under the control of the Republican Party. We knew that our best shot was with the House putting out something good. And so the fact that they put across the line after having proposed something so good and not standing their ground on that, something that's anemic, deficient, and falls far short of what they claim it did, makes me not at all excited about supporting this bill. Moreover, there is this sense out there that this thing is going to cut spending automatically by 1%, but they wrote it in such a way it's actually going to encourage more spending, bigger omnibus or continuing resolution at the end of the year. It's going to result in more spending, not less.
You know what's interesting is permitting reform that allows that pipeline through West Virginia, that works. Would you say the $28 billion to repurpose the pandemic spending, is that effective? The $10 billion off the IRS would be the IRS agents for this coming year. Is all that smoke and mirrors?
To a significant degree, yes. As to the $28 billion in clawbacks that you referred to, $22 billion of that immediately goes into a slush fund at the Department of Commerce that nobody knows what it does. And as for the IRS spending, we're talking about, I believe, less than $2 billion that will be saved out of that, out of $80 billion. This is not at all what they promised. This is not at all how they've sold this, and it's not adequate to deal with our $32 trillion debt, which, by the way, is likely to go up to $36 trillion debt by the end of the next year and a half.
What about the 12 appropriations bills that have to be done by September 30th, I think it is, or 1% cut each minute after that. I mean, it's got to get through the House, which you probably will, and then get to you guys.
Yes, whatever they pass there is not as likely to fare as well here in the Senate. And as a result of that, yes, they've got this automatic 1% trigger, but that doesn't kick in until January 1st, which was the first thing that triggered to me the idea that this is fake. This is not going to work. All that's going to do is incentivize the Senate, incentivize the Congress as a whole to adopt a bloated omnibus or a series of what they call mini buses, or perhaps a continuing resolution, something that funds basically all of government in one fell swoop at higher levels in order to avoid the 1% cut before it kicks in on January 1st, 2024.
I guess, Senator, the main concern when you talk to Republican voters is when you guys had control of all branches of government, why couldn't y'all establish regular order then? It seems like there's a huge fight right now, which I think is righteous. But some of these people that are voting against the bill in the House voted for more spending in the past administration. I just don't understand why Republicans won't fight when they actually have the power, Senator.
Oh, look, it's a fair point, and I share your concern, your exasperation. I've been trying for years to establish regular order here. I've been fighting for years to oppose debt ceiling increases without meaningful substantive spending and budgetary reforms. I've voted against each of these prior reckless measures. It hasn't happened, but, you know, something has changed since we were in the majority, something significant. We've accumulated trillions and trillions of dollars of new debt, unprecedented levels of spending.
Because of the pandemic and beyond.
Yeah, through the pandemic and beyond. And as a result of that, Americans are experiencing crushing inflation. You know, Utah families are shelling out an additional $1,000 a month, every month, relative to the first day of the Biden administration because of this crushing inflation. And so last fall, the American people spoke, and they elected a Republican House of Representatives, hoping, expecting, demanding that we turn this ship around and do so quickly. We should have, could have, and would have been able to use that leverage. Right. Had we stood our ground.
Senator,
this was a capitulation.
Senator, I'll tell you what, you're saying you're not going to vote for it. If it doesn't pass, we're going to run out of money. We're going to run out of cash. And Janet Yellen is saying it's going to be on the 5th, which is a few days from now. So what makes Americans upset, though, is that y'all wait until the last minute. This next one, if it does pass, will go until January of 2025. Y'all need to start negotiating this that summer before so that y'all can all come on the same page and have enough time to get your ducks in a row. Because what happens is y'all wait till the last minute, and then they have to sign, Republicans and Democrats have to do something that neither side really want to do because we're going to run out of cash.
Yeah, I want to make one thing very, very clear. We're not going to default. We're nowhere close to a default. That's not going to happen. A lot of people disagree with Janet Yellen as to June 5th being the X date. Even if it were, it's just days away from the moment when the quarterly tax receipts in mid-June will be arriving, putting us in a position where we'd be most likely able to function without any new debt issuance until probably mid to late July. Now, I don't recommend we wait that long. I've been saying since January we should get on this now. But that doesn't mean we should pass this just because this happens to be on the table. Just because it's here doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Look, this thing doesn't do what they claim that it does, and that's my biggest problem with it. And it puts the American people in a very disadvantageous position relative to their government. We need to try to stop it, and we need to try to improve it. And if we can't improve it, go back to the drawing board.
And Newt Gingrich says it's the beginning of turning everything around. Didn't balance the budget for 3 straight years right away. Did it gradually. Thought this was the first step. Jim Jordan, also somebody that really liked the bill. He's one of the founding members of the Freedom Caucus. But we'll see with the Senate. You guys will debate it out shortly. Thanks, Senator. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Senator.
Thanks,
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.